Alrighty guys, so welcome back indeed. This is going to be part 2 of our Path of Exile full new beginner's guide walkthrough. So one important thing that's real quick, if you guys would like to, I'm also streaming this over on Twitch, and if you do come by, if you I do have drops enabled so you can get some free items in Path of Exile. They're just cosmetic items, but I figure I'd go ahead and mention it as it's only available for a few days. So yeah, it's awesome. Anyways, starting right off in Act 2, and if you guys want to follow my Twitch, it's the same as my YouTube username. It'll be there in the pinned comment as well. But yeah, starting out right off in Act 2, what we're going to go ahead and do and start off is do the Great White Beast. So if you open up your quest panel, probably should have mentioned this before, but if you hit, it might be actually L, is the default key. I'm not sure what the default key is, but anyways, click on where it says menu, you click on it, you can open up lots of different trees. You do get some cosmetics. These just change the look of your character. It doesn't actually affect gameplay at all. But if you want to open up the quest, it's actually considered the world screen, but you can see all your quests here. It'll tell you kind of what to do, and kind of tell you the direction too on the mini map, but for the most part, sometimes it can be inaccurate. We're gonna go ahead and go to the right, and that's how we actually exit the area. However, you can also exit to the left, so you can go left or right to exit the area. However, they are different zones. So the first quest that I like to do is actually the Great White Beast, so we're going to go ahead and do that. The reason why I want to go ahead and do this quest first is because we will be getting a Quicksilver flask, and that's going to be nice for us. And if you want to engage in the League mechanic, feel free to go ahead and do so. I might actually do a couple this time around. So this is Einhar. It's the first time that we're talking to him, and how he kind of works is he gives you, by the way, we're getting some extra strength in dex now, so we can probably get some different pieces of gear that may have like some requirements that we didn't meet before. But anyways, going back to Einhar, so how he works is he captures beasts. So you're gonna have to defeat these beasts. You'll see on the HP it'll have a little like net, and when he captures them, they will kind of be in like some sort of system where you get to re-eliminate the monster for some sort of bonus. You can do it through crafting, but I don't usually engage in the mechanic too often, but there's so many mechanics that you get to choose what you want to do. So you're supposed to capture a few of them. You don't have to do it. They're supposed to be actually dead when when he sucks them up. Okay. So basically he takes them to like his little like pet land, and you'll be able to access that later in the game if you'd like to. But I feel like the mechanic is relatively slow because he has to actually like capture them, and even if you eliminate him, he has like an activation, and it just takes what I consider a little bit longer than what I would like to stay for. It used to be a lot different. You actually have to capture them a long time ago. You would actually need to throw out a net, and it wasn't really super friendly. Eliminate this brutal sting over here. So some of these monsters, you'll notice they do get quite tough if they happen to have multiple modifiers, but in return, hopefully we can get better stuff. Okay, so you can talk to them if you want to, but you can also travel to the area. We're not going to really mess around with that mechanic right now. I don't really do too much beast crafting, and at the end of the game in Path of Exile, you kind of get to choose what you actually want to do. Let's go and eliminate these. We're going to do more skeletons. The reason why I keep on selecting skeletons, crabs, I would say those are probably going to be a lot easier. Now, can you go in? I'm kind of curious. Okay, you have to have like some sort of entrance and exit. Okay. Here's our first, this is going to be a strong box. Okay, so what a strong box is a box when you open it, and what happens is things come out of the box. And when you eliminate them, then you get your rewards. Let's see if there's anything good here. There's a circlet. We're too full already. All right, now can we swap these boots? Okay, now that I have that extra strength, I can swap to these boots. And let's see, what are these things? Okay, what's this? This one gives us movement speed. I already have movement speed, so I'm okay on this. If I didn't have movement speed, though, I would heavily prioritize that. We do need a red socket, which we can go ahead and put this. We got to reactivate it. Swap the helm. We get some, oh, it's not linked. Okay, so Sub-Mana Flask can have extra ability. It's like being immune to like bleed is really good, actually. Even though this is like a lower tier one, I'm going to swap it for that one. Increase lightning damage, that's good, but it's not linked. You can use certain items to link your things, but it's not really worth it in the very beginning. You're going to lose out on a lot of currency if you do it that way. So now that we complete this quest, what we can do is we're going to keep on moving forward. We'll get our reward. Once we get the waypoint, we'll go back. We got another chromatic orb. Cool. Level up our skills. We got an extra skill point. And if we want to, we can get some more life. Or if you want some more damage, we can path up here. I mean, I'm going to go up here because this path's into life anyways. But if you really feel like you need life right now, you can grab these and then also grab these. And that will make you a little bit tankier. I actually may get a mana node. We're going to be getting Alira very soon. So how it works in Act 2, there's a relatively bigger decision that you make in this game, which makes it so you're going to select which bandit you side with, and depending on which one that you side with, you can actually you can kill them all actually and get more skill points, or what you can do is decide to side with them, and then you can get some sort of bonus stats on different areas. So now that we actually got this, I can actually go to like load character screen because I got the waypoint. I should have just went back immediately, but I was kind of busy talking. So I'm going to go ahead and sell all of my stuff that I don't need. So for the Great White Beast reward that we can get extra elemental resistances as a flask, but I'm going to get this Quicksilver flask because I like to move fast. And I'm going to sell 3 of these, like I showed you guys before with the mana one. We're just going to get an upgrade here. And then we're also going to have to identify this one, and it's going to have some sort of bonus. Maybe could have kept that other mana flask, but it's alright. We don't have any more Scrolls of Wisdom. That's kind of unfortunate. Now, I don't really need this one anymore. I can go back to the other ring that has, like, extra stats. I'm going to get rid of basically a bunch of the stuff that I'm no longer using. This I can maybe make some use out of, but ideally we get some armor scraps and we can get other things off of it. If you really want to, you can trade your alterations and you can get wisdoms that way too. Early on, it's okay to do this. Technically, some will argue that like it's better to hold on to them and then like actually use them, and they wouldn't necessarily be like wrong on that. I'm just gonna swap. I think this one. This will give us for life. We get extra int on it and gives us some energy shield. I mean, it's just like the mana that would be a little bit nicer, but it's not really that big of a deal, so I'm probably just going to vendor that off. This one over here, what's it give us? Some fire, some cold res. This one gives us a lot more armor. Well, this one gives us evasion rating. It doesn't really matter. We can swap this one over here. If I move this gem over here, I could swap it. And this we can get rid of that too. And any of the gems that you don't use, feel free just to get rid of them. Unless you want to save them for whatever reason, you can do that as well. And I think we'll be good. I don't need this Summon Phantasm support anymore. Just getting rid of a bunch of the junk. But keeping one amulet and one amulet that gives you dex and one that gives you strength can be okay, just in case you find an item and you want to actually use it. So we're going to go back to the crossroads because we just got that waypoint, and we're going to continue. And very soon we'll be getting some more skills. Get this Bravalo guy now. And in this act, we should be getting a new skill, which is awesome. I think we get 2 new skills. 2 of the brand new skills that just came out literally today. We're going to be getting them. But hello, Knock. Hello, indeed. It is indeed time for some PoE. So if you're watching this YouTube, I'm also live streaming. Like I said, come by. Drops are enabled. Hello, Platypi. So if you guys connect your Twitch account to your PoE account, you'll get some free in-game items. What do you get? You get some like footprints. They're actually kind of cool looking. I will actually have to throw up a stream in the background so I get it. League start today. Yeah, it just came out. The league mechanic is so far I haven't gotten anything super good off. It gave me 2 yellow rings. Nothing again too crazy with it. It's just earlier on. Maybe it could be good. We'll actually do at least one in this one. I'm excited to see when do we get those drops for the negative resistances, because I'm gonna need to start holding on to those ones. A lot of cool stuff that we're gonna be doing in this league. Massive amounts of damage. There's so many builds. As long as you do lightning damage, you could play almost anything. This league. You will have to get one unique item, and I'll mention this how the build works later, but it's not super expensive either, because some builds they require a very, very specific thing. I wonder if we could just put an exit. It shows you the difficulty. I'm gonna see if they actually have to connect. We'll actually do some testing because it's brand new. There's a lot of things that people don't know about. All right, and we'll go up here. All right. So what we're looking for is this bridge. It's usually going to be like up and to the right. And we got that waypoint, so we'll be good on that. And we're going to talk to Kraityn. So if you want to side with Kraityn, you can. I mean, honestly, just go with Alira. It's like so much better. So this is what you get. You get extra attack and cast speed. You get avoid ailments, which is like getting shocked and stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to kill him. So you get to choose which bandit you side with. I always side with Alira, and then I always respec into killing them all. So if you don't like your decision, you can change it later. It's not cheap though. Like it will be pretty much towards the end game where you get to decide you didn't like the choice you made. But Alira in the very beginning is just superior. I will argue forever on that. And since I'm going to save myself some time, I'm going to go to character selection screen. I'm going to re-log in. Unless the servers are down. Sometimes, honestly, on the first day of PoE, the servers do have a lot of stress. Let's go ahead and see if this is good. Because, ooh, melee gems, though. That's not going to be good. It does add 1 to 7 lightning damage, but that's not going to be enough of a threshold. I'm just going to basically sell it. So we get some, we got some alchemy shards. These are really good. Once we get 20 alchemy shards, it becomes an orb of alchemy. That converts a white item into a yellow. It's actually really good. Most of those can be traded for some small unique items. They have to connect based on the announcement. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I know there's other like nodes that you get later that can like modify things, but obviously we just started. We're just in Act 2, so that'll be something we'll mess around with later. I'm going to have to make sure we do Intruders in Black as well. So we just killed Kraityn, and now we're going to try to go up from this waypoint. It's usually a little bit to the left and then up. Sometimes it could be like directly up, but what we're looking for is Oak. Oak is actually kind of a hard fight. They've beefed up that fight. All right. But hello, Shiki. How you doing, mate? It feels like the audio just disappeared for like the music in this game. What happened? Alright, I think we're coming up to it. The Western Force, here we go. We actually just want to get... We could get the waypoint there. Here, maybe up from there would be better. We can get the waypoint tactically here. It's probably better I show you guys doing this first, because we should kill Oak first, because we're going to side with Alira anyways. But drops are indeed on. So if you guys haven't connected your account, feel free to go ahead and let me go put this in the chat real quick, so you guys have the link. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll also put the link in the description for how to connect your account. But hello, Kaisen, how you doing? The sounds, oh, the meme sounds, we can enable them later. I don't want to get pranked by them too hard. I mean, I do have the Maven sounds enabled for the loot filter. So let's see if we go up from the waypoint. There we go. So directly up. This area is relatively the same, but we're going to go to the wetlands first. And we also do want to get the waypoint at the wetlands because we'll be needing to come back here later. But you'll kind of see like a little arena that's set up. It'll be kind of in like wooden stakes towards kind of the middle, but we definitely want to get the waypoint. Okay, so there's Oak, so there is the guy that we will eliminate in just a moment, but the first thing we want to do is actually get the waypoint, because the waypoint is going to be required for later when we come back. It usually should be behind him. Nice, and hopefully we can get like a 4-link relatively soon. Okay, so ready to level up. The next skill point is just going to give us extra survivability, so it's not like super important to put it into this second. I've got a chromatic orb. Pick up all of the chromatic orbs that you see. All like the currency items. I think they're marked in like gold. Like if you don't have a loot filter on. Okay, here we go. This is where the waypoint's at. There we go. So we want to hit up this waypoint. We're not going to be able to access this area yet, so we need an item. Get that down. Ooh, iron circlet. Maybe something better. Was that a 2-stun ring? Okay. 2 stone rings are really good. Pick up any of these as well. Even if they're white, what we're going to do is we're going to craft on them using those essences. It's excellent for that. And I get some extra resistances. So right now we just don't have any chaos res. Don't worry about chaos resistance. You really don't need to factor that in until way later. Towards like the end game.
When I'm ready and not before.
Where the heck is the entrance? Okay, it's over here. So we go talk to Oak. And this is what he gives us. So we're going to kill him. He is actually quite tough, to be honest. I think he's like the more difficult one to kill. And Alira, we just side with her, so we don't even have to kill her. But the reason why we go for Alira, what does she give us? She gives us extra crit damage, as well as mana regeneration and a bunch of resistance. It's so huge early on. She is 100% the best, in my opinion. I always get her, even if I want to change it later. I always get her, because they changed Path of Exile in 3.15. I believe that was an expedition. They made the game so much harder for like the mana costs, and it just makes the game way easier.
This land has no
Okay, so since we just killed him, what we're going to do is go to character selection. Once again, saving ourselves a portal. And then we will go back to the riverways. And we're going to go to the Western Forest, which is the area that we got to. And we went back to go kill Oak. Usually this area will connect. If you can't walk over it, just flame dash. Or Frost Blink, or Dash, Leap Slam. There's lots of different skills depending on what class that you play, as well as like what weapon you're using. So keep on going. We're gonna get some more damage very soon, and on top of that, hopefully we can get a 4-link. Maybe we can get Orb of Alchemies, and I'll show you guys trading at least in the next few parts. Ooh, perfect. So this is awesome. Green. So how essences work, they're the only form of crafting that I actually like in PoE, because it's basically just spam. How the essence crafting works is they'll roll with like some sort of modifier. Like this we'll be able to use very soon, so we'll actually just craft on this. So on jewelry it regens life. So depending on what you have on like the roll, it tells you what you're gonna roll on it. Let's see what we get. We got cold lightning, extra cold resistance life, regenerate. It's like okay. We'll replace one of them just because the resistance numbers are just better. So now we are on our way to find Alira in the Western Forest. Nice, there we go.
Fairyland learns to heed my demands.
And now we're really good on resistances on lightning. We just need cold and fire. Grab all the armor scraps. We'll convert those later. Point over here and keep on going. Level up all these. And I love having these zombies just because they aggro things. Makes it easy. See, we're still basically one-shotting everything, which is good. So now we're gonna kill these blackguards. They're basically the bottom left. And this will actually be a quest line to give you a skill point. Act 2 is actually pretty simple for the quests. So what we do is we put this inside this little hole. And we talk to Bestel, which is in Act 1, to get a reward. But we'll do that after we help Alira, since we're already here. We also got the waypoint here. Are the strong bottles? Let's grab that. And then I want to show you guys at least Absolution so you guys can try it out. I'm going to need to get either 3 blue, 1 red, or 2 red. 2 red can work because you can run Brutality as well. Or actually, Cruelty.
The king of...
Okay, so we're going to help Alira. So the reason why we go for her, regen 5 mana per second is huge, and the 15 to all res, oh my gosh, it is so good. And she'll give you the Apex, so just take that. And then what we're going to do is we have to look for a spike in here. And it's going to be in the Weaver's Nest. Or the Weaver's Chambers. Some spider area. It's usually in one of the corners. It might be over here. Let's see if this opens up. Okay, it's going. Yep. There we go. The Weaver's Chambers. So now that we've opened up the path, we're going to go back to Act 1 after this. And big damage will be coming very soon. Okay, we'll interact with the League mechanic on this one. So what we need to do is, I want to see if we put an exit here. Shrines. Wow, that's actually good. So we just need one more to complete the whole like thing. I'm not sure how difficult this is actually going to be earlier on, but I think we can do it. Probably should get another flasks soon. And hopefully we can get some unique rewards, so I can show you guys some uniques. And maybe we can mess around with some new skills. In fact, I know we will be making a few changes with the build here, because we're going to have two new skills to play around with. Oh, there's we can pick up this one. We can maybe craft on it, so we can maybe use Absolution with this. We'll have to pick up Absolution, which is going to be something we go pick it up in Act 1, just so I can show you guys, if you guys want more of a minion build as an option, that will be available as well. Okay, there's the nest. I'm gonna go dash right next to them so we can get that like extra burning effect on the ground. So the boss goes away and summons a bunch of spiders, then it goes away. Sometimes, a couple times. But it's not really too hard of a fight. Nothing like in particular that I need to mention. But the key to Path of Exile is to attack and then move a couple steps, attack and move a couple steps. And it makes things way easier. And with that like vitality, it keeps the zombies alive for the most part, real easy. And then we'll be getting another aura very soon that's going to reserve some more mana, but it'll give us some more damage. It's going to be great. So we're going to get the spike. I got there's a wand over here. Maybe pick that up. Maybe an upgrade here. Let's see. Adds the damage to spells, increase physical damage, mana regen. I mean, I'm already getting. I mean, that's not too bad because the extra like 1 to 5 will actually be like okay. Rip the zombies just for a second. We'll go resummon them. I'll take this one because I actually really do value having any amount of extra damage. Even though it's only 1 to 5, it does add up when you start scaling like massive amounts of numbers. If you want, you can throw up a portal or you can just log out. Sometimes I just mix it up. If the servers are laggy, then yeah, definitely you can change it up. So this is where I usually like to get fast casting. You can make it so you can't shock, but you do more damage. I would say in terms of what I would recommend, Cruelty can be okay as well, like as another like link. I like to get Flame Dash to have faster casting support. I don't actually have it linked right now, but I can still buy it or get it as reward. You can also check out other items if you want to, like. For example, I do want to get increased critical damage support, and I want to start leveling this one up because we can start scaling crit, or we can actually get elemental overload and not scale crit at all, like in terms of crit multiplier, but we still want crit. So as far as it goes, you have two options. You can make it so you basically don't get the ability to do crit damage, but when you crit, you're going to get 40% more damage for 8 seconds. Or you can actually scale into crit. It's kind of up to you. Since we only have 5% crit, it's not really worth really getting right now. At about 10%, I'd say it's okay to get. If you want to, it's kind of just up to you. I'm going to go ahead and throw them. Ooh, immunity to corrupted blood. That's great. And let's keep these items. A lot of these items I just kind of hold on to in my inventory because what I want to do with them is I want to use the essences to craft on them. And we're going to be opening up Delirium, or not Delirium, the lake mechanic very soon. So remember how we opened up after we killed those black guards? We got to go back to Act 1. This is where this game gets kind of confusing. If there's someone to not give you a guide, you might just be completely lost. So we'll talk to Bestel. He'll give us a book that gives us a skill point. And then we will continue getting some more damage. And now we're going to get a lot more chance to shock the enemy. Eventually we'll get a 100% chance to shock, and it's pretty easy to get.
Farewell.
And if you need to like talk to them to go to purchase items, if you still don't have at least like a 3 link, definitely check the vendors. Sometimes they can have it. You can also check here to look for any specific things like levels. There's none here.
While we live, we are blessed.
Ideally, we get ones that have increased to like lightning, like skill gems. But we're gonna go back to Act 2 now. So there's a little tab to go between Act 1 and 2. The little like home means it's like the starting location. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the intruders in black. So we're going to go to Crossroads, which is kind of next to the area we killed Kraityn at. And we're just going to go up. The minimap is relatively accurate. It's not always 100% like the same. But after Intruders in Black, we should be getting a new gem that we can play around with. And then, if I remember, eventually we'll get Absolution at some point, and you can level up with that if you would like to as well.
The air stinks of thaumaturgy. I could learn a thing or two from
Get this. Ooh, Orb of Chance. So yeah, we'll interact with this mechanic and see. Last one is swap a reflection with another. Change a water tile into an empty tile. Oh. More strong boxes. Okay, this could be kind of difficult. I don't know. We'll see though, man. So let's go into the lake. Ooh. So don't open multiple strong boxes at once, especially earlier on. I don't know if when you die what happens in this mode, by the way. Like, I don't know if you fail it, you lose all the items, or if you can just come back. I don't know if it has a set amount of portals. So I'm being, like, really cautious here, but I think we could probably play a lot more aggressive. This could be okay to pick up. Nothing really else that I'm interested in. But just because I don't pick up something, you may want it, so... You know, depending on what you plan to do. It could be, you know, maybe you want to try something else later down the line. That can be an option. And so now our thing should be like level 4. And I'm going to pretty much stop leveling up like the Vitality and the other one because we won't have enough mana to sustain. Because we're going to start gaining other skills that reserve more mana. It's the same guy that we fought before. So I guess if you select the skeletons, you always fight this guy that does like the Rain of Arrows. Which, he's pretty easy. Remember, pick up anything that's red, blue, and green linked. Oh, there's a reward over here that has... Is that... It's just a chest.
Good.
Oh, a Chaos Orb! That's fantastic! We might actually be able to buy an item in this part. Like a small little item. So Chaos Orbs are... Think of it kind of like a $1 currency. The big currency now are going to be Divine Orbs. They used to be Exalted Orbs, but things have just recently changed in this update. But we can get some armor that's going to give us some damage as well as some life. It's actually a really nice change on what they've done to 1,000 Ribbons. And if you don't happen to have a Chaos Orb where you can't get this item, you know, don't worry about it. It's really not that big of a deal. You can get it later, and it's not like a super OP item. It just adds like... The only thing we're really interested in is like probably like 1 to 9 like lightning damage. Which, I mean, like, yeah, it's nice. Like look at our damage. It's 31 to 220 right now. You know, that small amount of damage, it's not going to make a huge difference. Because I know sometimes for like build guides, someone will get an item that's like way unrealistic for someone to be able to get. And it completely changes up the gameplay dynamic. When people like start out with like Tabula Rasa, yeah, then definitely change up the gameplay. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. And we can actually get life recoup very soon. I always love speccing into life recoup, and I'll show you guys what that does very soon. So what life recoup does, I can kind of explain it since we're just killing stuff. What life recuperation does is it makes it so the damage you take over 4 seconds, you get to heal for whatever amount of life recoup that you have. You get about 30-something%, real easy. So basically it means 1/3 of the damage that we take, we heal it in 4 seconds. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of monsters. That's like a ridiculous amount. Okay, so like as you go further down, it's gonna have increased difficulty. We'll pick up that as well. Ooh, these guys are hitting real hard. I mean, as long as the rewards are like still big, that's what matters. We might be running out of room soon yet. So if you start running out of room, don't worry. Actually, I'm curious to see if you can portal. I'll portal out after to see like what happens, because I'm actually not even sure what happens. So we got a nice shrine that's going to give us extra stats. Make us a little bit bigger. Grab all these shrines, make things easier for us. And the shrines do, like, you can get more than one shrine. I know in Diablo 2 you can only get like one shrine, I believe. in D3 they made it so you can have multiple. This is a relatively large area. It was nice to get that one Chaos Orb, so it was definitely like worth it. Oh, in the top right it tells us how many monsters remain in the area, so I think we have like one more area and that's it. Got faster casting leveled up. Still one-shotting pretty much everything. We're still on a 3-link. Once we get a 4th link with that extra galvanic field, that brand new lightning skill that came out, oh, we're gonna shred content so fast. Oh, where are these other straggler monsters? I mean, for me, it's close enough. I'm gonna try to open a portal and see what happens. So if you pop open a portal, it brings you back to that location. Oh, okay. But yeah, this is called the Chaos Orb. It's really decent in the very beginning stages in the game, as you can buy a lot of like unique weapons. Think of buying a legendary weapon in Diablo or a legendary whatever. You can actually get a few different things. Maybe you can get Storm Prison. I'll check the prices because certain like items, they fluctuate sometimes, especially in the first few days. Items go down in value very, very fast because people want to get upgrades. So I'm gonna go for more damage. Even though like you can see we're basically one-shotting most things, I want to keep it that way. So we're gonna have to scale more damage. So we got the waypoint over here. And what we're going to do in the Chamber of Sins is we're specifically going to look for the next Trial of Ascendancy. That's for our super class. Doing a Lightning Witch. We're going Elementalist. And our plan is to... oh, you know what? We should probably go back to town and get rid of some of the stuff that we may not need. Lightning Res, 13 life, 120 armor. I mean, it's just better stats. It's more numbers. So we'll go back to town real quick. Later down the line, you won't have to worry about like portals. It's just early on, basically the first like act. I try to save portals. That's why I always like log out.
Hello.
But I mean, it's just for saving efficiency. I'll identify it. Let's see if it rolled with something good. Level of fire spell gems. That's unfortunate. If it was lightning, that's what we actually want. We could maybe sell this. Let me see. We can PoE trade the app up. So I'm gonna actually. What time is it? 30 minutes in? Okay. So I have this application. It's called Awaken PoE Trade. If you guys want to learn more about it, it was in the first video I mentioned that there's other tools like Path of Building and stuff. But basically, it's an application where I can use a hotkey and it'll tell me how much something is worth based off of certain like parameters of like I can select this. This is the only thing that actually matters. The rest doesn't. You can see I could sell it for maybe an alch. I can maybe sell it for a chaos. And these were listed. It shows me how long ago these were listed. I can check in all these parameters. They're checking like how much it would sell for based off of those numbers, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna sell some of the items that I don't need. Oh, cast speed is actually not bad. Let me grab that. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. With this, what is it? Extra lightning damage. It's like small, but I'll use it. I don't really need 3 of these ones. I mean, I could keep on throwing essences on these. Like these, I don't really need. I usually just like to keep 1. And I mean, we can identify. It's probably not gonna have something good though. Okay, but the extra cast speed, that is like nice. Even though we kind of lose out on the mana regen, I'll sacrifice it to see if we can still manage with it. I think we'll be okay. Oh, this one actually adds lightning damage to spells, and plus, what is it, 18 spell damage? What does this one add? 1 to 5, this one's, what, 9%? Oh, this is our, like, main link. We can't really, like, get rid of that unless we have something else. This is 20%. We have a, I'm going to value those resistances. If we did have another essence, we would throw it on one of these. We have, like, a lot of things we can throw essences on. And we're pretty much good to go. I can get rid of this ring too.
The spirit. Go with the spirit.
And we shall continue. So, now we are going to continue doing the intruders in black. And we need to do the, we can go to level 2. And we need to do the Trial of Ascendancy. That's like the important thing here. The Trial of Ascendancy. And there's actually another area that we'll go to. I just want to get the trial done here first. It's in the Crypt and the Chamber of Sins. Those are the 2 areas that we need to go to for the like super class. These little tormented guys, they're supposed to be kind of like loot goblins in Diablo 3. They don't really drop like too insane amount of things, though. Like in Diablo 3, I'd say the goblins are much better. Oh, that's right. We went back because I was full on inventory space. Okay. Extra life flask. We can maybe replace this like old one. Path of Exile is all about replacing stuff. If you keep 3 of the same, you can upgrade, though. If that's what you wish to do. We're going to actually check on the left side, which is probably where it's at. We're summoning some zombies over here, and we're just going to keep going. And after we do the intruders in black... Is it really over there? Okay. We just got as unlucky as possible. Oh, it's level 2. Okay. So Chamber of Sins is actually... we're in level 1. We got to get to level 2. There we go. It's actually right there. And then so there's a trial of Ascendancy. It'll tell you, but like sometimes you don't pay attention. Yeah. So in terms of like the lake mechanic, it was okay. Getting 1 Chaos Orb was 100% worth it. But like it's random. It's not like you're guaranteed every single time. So there's another one of those trials. I have to do another one of these. These ones have the blades. If you want to, you could just dash over them. I feel like they should disable the movement mechanics. Some of these switches, by the way, they just kind of like prank you. They like really don't do too much. Like you just are locked in now. But they show you that relatively early on. But these won't one-shot you. But you can see they do a decent amount of damage. They do it fast too. When you kill some enemies, you'll see that there's like these explosives on the ground. That will do damage. Don't stand in it. That's why I moved out. And very soon we get a new skill. Okay, so we get the trial completed. Our damage is still great. And once we get a 4-link, oh, it'll be so much better. Costs a little bit more mana, and then we'll get the Herald of Thunder, which will be another aura that kind of does some extra like lightning damage for our spells, and it'll just kind of do damage on its own. Stay far away from this thing. It can do a decent amount of damage, but the zombies are great. That's why I love playing like... It's not... Right now we're not really hybriding out for minion damage at all. But if you want to like learn more up lower, you can do that. You can talk to Helena over here as well. But all it really matters is we got that item, and we can actually utilize that right now. So again, if you want to log out and you don't have portals or you want to save portals, feel free to do that. But whoops, I don't want to take this. So we can actually get our first aura that will actually give us some extra damage. We want to take Herald of Thunder, but you can mouse over them to see kind of what they do. Galvanic Field is actually what we want to get as well. So we're going to get Herald of Thunder because it's Herald of Thunder. But we can also purchase, if we see anything good, we can maybe purchase it as well. Because I want 2 3-linked setups here, so I'm going to probably replace this with this. The reason why I want to do that is because I want 2 skills now. So now our ability is going to have to combo. So what we can do, Galvanic Field is the new skill. So we're going to go ahead and get that. It's going to cost us an Orb of Alteration. So here's what I want to do for my new setup. So I definitely want Herald of Thunder. I definitely also want Galvanic Field. I'm going to have to try to squeeze in all of these. Faster casting support, I don't really need it now. Rage Zombie, I mean, I'll swap that. I don't need that like right now as well. Ideally, I would like for this to have some extra stats on it. If I want to, I can throw this on. I'd rather just save it because I don't have like another. If I had another one, I would just throw it in. So I want to throw Galvanic Field in here. And I want Herald of Thunder somewhere. Oh, I need Clarity. I need Flame Dash. Sometimes it's kind of tough to fit everything in, and this is one of the situations where I want to use Galvanic Field though. Regardless, we're still using it. I just want it on its own. So like what I would ideally do is also have added lightning damage to Galvanic Field, and I don't need Arcane Surge on it because Arcane Surge is, you know, one thing. So to put like Galvanic Field, added lightning damage, and then like something else. Actually, can we get Cruelty? Okay, we can get Cruelty here, so actually you can throw us in this. Oh, we would lose out on Zombie. Ideally, we get some sort of item that has more sockets. I mean, I could use one of these just to show you. So this will make it so it has any... It can... a chest piece can have 6 sockets, but like this one right here, it's just got 1, so I'm just going to hope it gives me more than 1. Okay, cool, give me 1 blue. That's all I was really hoping for. So I can literally just put my Ray Zombie in here. And if I want to, I can throw in Cruelty so it gets more damage. But if you see that there's a check mark, that check mark is an X on the raised zombie, so it won't work with it. So if I type in sup, it'll just go through all the support gems and it'll go over like what item. Like this just gives the minion more life. I would like to have this, but I don't have the right color socket, so it won't work with it. This works with raised zombies, so it can give it a little bit more damage, but do I really care about that? Not really. Oh, Predator support can actually be decent. So this just makes the minions more aggressive. Oh, this one, is this the one where you have to activate it though, right? Okay, I don't really like the one where you have to activate it because I'm lazy. So we won't run that one right now, but there is some maybe that you can get. You can go back to Act 1 and get like anything just to support it if you want to. I don't really care too much about it. It's not going to make a huge difference. Oh, Helena has a reward for us, okay.
Hello.
Oh, wait. If I go open up this. Oh, we talked to her in the hideout. Okay, so if you do want to get a hideout, we will be getting an item, or it's kind of like an area that opens up our own little like area that we can go to. Oh, since we just put in the Herald of Thunder, that's going to reserve more mana. You can see we barely have any mana, but in return, what we get is extra damage. That's why we're going to stop leveling up our like vitality as well as clarity. So now we're going to go down from the crossroads, we go to the Felshire Ruin. So we went over here now, we're going to go over here, and we're going to get the extra. There's like a quest here. It's not really that big of a deal to complete the quest, but it's like already right here. We do need to go here anyways, because we need to go to the Crypt to do one of those trials of Ascendancies. So just kind of follow the path. You'll see that there's like a great path. Let's Bros Ball, we'll go ahead and grab that. So I like that little like loot filter. If you're wondering, the sounds that I'm using, they are from the Maven. It's just called the Maven loot filter. You can Google it if you want like the sounds. Basically, you can take any like audiophile sound and make it so like you can put in whatever sound you want to have pop up when a certain thing comes out in the game. You can see even with only 40 mana, we can basically keep on casting because Alira is fantastic. Oh, we need to use Galvanic Field. So what this does is it applies a debuff, and then when I shock the enemy, here, let's find a stronger enemy, because right now we're basically one-shotting, so this skill is basically worthless. So it's creating a field here, and anyone that goes over here will get hit by it. These guys are a little bit slow. Oh. Well, they just died instantly. So Galvanic Field, it's better against bosses. I mean, we're going to come up against the final act boss very soon, and it will be useful there. Here, we'll apply it on this. Oh, it died so fast anyways. I mean, maybe our build is too good, but it's fine. The boss, we're not going to be able to one-shot this boss that is going to be upcoming. So this is Crypt level 1 for the Trial of Ascendancy. Oh, we need some more zombies here. But yeah, there's the Trial of Ascendancy. You'll see it by that little like green skull. Let's keep on going in that direction.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So we got some spitting blades. So this one, we'll go ahead and hit this button, and it'll open up a door. These ones, I want to say they're pretty much the same. And take your time during these. I'm just going to rush through them. But you can see the path of the spinning blades, indicated by the little like rusted like metal work, almost like a train track. And we're going to go through the portal and keep on going. Ooh, some portal scrolls, nice. And then we get some more damage over here. We want to go get the chance to shock. Because in order for Galvanic to work, we actually have to shock something. And maybe we can get some uniques very soon. What's this do? Do we have room for it? Okay. So we have a decent amount of portal scrolls. Or not portal scrolls, but the wisdoms. What does our current one do? Well, I'm using it because I need it for clarity, so I can't really swap it out yet, but extra mana. Fire res, okay. It's not bad. Let's do. I would swap it for the stats, but not for the sockets. And sometimes the sockets are always going to be usually the most important thing in any build, because if I like drop clarity, then it is not going to be too good. we gotta get to level 2 to complete this quest. You like how informative I am? Well, good. I mean, like, the thing is that this game has so much that, like, it doesn't teach you. Like, so many things are just not mentioned. But I don't mind that personally, because, like, I did the trial. But, like, a lot of times, I would say for a lot of, like, newer players in the game, you don't want to just keep on dying and be like, I don't know what to do, what the heck. Like, the whole, like, linkage of skills and, like, all these, like, different forms of modifiers on items. It is confusing, I will definitely admit. Like, there's no way that someone goes in Path of Exile for the first time and doesn't watch anything and can complete the game. I think it's actually, like, near impossible to be able to, like, do Maven for the first time and not, like, absolutely get destroyed. It's unrealistic, so, which is like a relatively difficult boss. Okay, so this thing is actually pretty strong. Okay, so now you see how that there's that field around it? So that makes it so it itself is going to take more damage and anything around it. Alright, so here's the quest thing over here. It's like so close and I'm just going to go grab it anyways right here.
I need more mana.
So how this works is I believe you can only have one field. I probably should like read the thing fully. I mean, I think I did before. But how it works is it can't shock. So it applies a boost buffing the chance to shock. When you shock an enemy while you have this buff, it creates a spherical oh, so it just buffs us. We don't have to debuff the enemy. It just buffs us. Oh, and then whenever I shock. So what's the extra field? What's the chance to shock? 20% chance to shock enemies. Oh, okay, cool. So I just activate it. And then like within the next one, oh, it shows right there. That's really good. So we'll click on this altar. We get the hand, and we take it to Yina, and she'll say thank you, and we'll get some sort of reward for it.
You are.
And then we can select one of these jewels. Honestly, none of these really matter. You can pick whatever one that you like, whatever color that you like. Pick that one, sure. And you also get 2 passive respec points. It's not required to do this one, but it's like so close that I just do it anyways, just so I can get the respec points, because we're going to respec later. So now what we're going to do is on the map, I'm going to move my face out of the way. So you see where that little thing is marked. We're going to now do root of the problem. We basically just go there to actually complete the a trial of Ascendancy, but like if you go to the next level, which we did, we can complete that quest. And it's just not too far away. And it'll also kind of get you set up. So right now we're level 23, the area is level 20, so we should be like super A-okay. And for your first time playing through, you can be like a couple levels ahead. If you keep on doing the league mechanics, you will get further ahead in terms of levels. I'm not going to really mess around with this. We're at like 40. It's about, most of the acts are about an hour-ish long, depending on like how fast you're going. Obviously, like I'm stopping to explain stuff, but they get faster and faster for the most part. So it's literally the next hit. Ah, okay. So I think we'll have 75% chance to shock. I wish it didn't have a casting animation. I wish it would just auto-activate. But it's a good thing we have extra lightning cast speed. Ooh, 2 Sun Ring. We're grabbing all of those. These are so great for resistances. And you can see sometimes they'll be grayed out, like we can't level them up. Now that can be for 2 different reasons. Sometimes it's because we don't reach the level requirement. Sometimes it's actually because we don't have like the strength or dexterity or intelligence. Probably should have mentioned what like each one of these does. So this is what strength does: extra life, melee fizz, damage. Dexterity is accuracy, which is chance to hit, but we play spells, so we don't care about it. At least not now. Dexterity equals evasion, so that's your chance to just not take damage. And then we have intelligence equals mana and energy shield, but you need 5 per to get 1%. So yeah. So you might see these Vol side areas. What those are, they're tougher content. It's actually like it's really not going to be that big of a deal in terms of difficulty, but they can give you corrupted gems that have like they're kind of super variants of other skills. Could I get the Vol like arc? Sure, but like the chances of getting it are probably pretty slim, and it's not going to make that big of a difference. And to keep on doing those Vol side areas, it's just for me. And most people would agree it's not really worth it in the very beginning stages. I would recommend towards the end of the game it can be worth it. You can get corrupted 6-link items, which can sell for a little bit if you choose to. But the main goal is to get to the end of the game as quickly as possible.
How fascinating.
So right now we're going over to the top, like left. If you want to go to get yourself a hideout, if you don't have one, you can go and hug more so towards the left side, and you'll get your first hideout. This is an excellent place to get your hideout. I'm going to do it. I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it because it's a new player's beginner guide, and you won't have a hideout if you don't do it. And a hideout is very important for trading. And we'll probably mess around with trading in the next part, because the next part, keep in mind you don't have to trade. So in this area, Dread Thicket, you'll see that there's a blue area. And you only need to do this one time, and then once you do it, you never have to do it again. Unless you want different hideouts, and you can go to different hideouts. That's the only reason why we do this. There's also, I believe there's a quest. There might be a quest in here, but we're here just for the hideout. Could maybe interact with this, because I'm kind of curious to see how these work. So you just have to go to the end. Is that kind of how it works? Like you can do a two tile one. All right. So you see that little like I believe it's called the floor delise. And if you go interact with it, you can go to the hideout. So if you want to get the hideout, you clear out all the monsters that are here, and it'll say like hideout unlocked. I've got to go up here now. Okay. Did we kill them all? Oh, there we go. Do I already have this one? But this is how you unlock your hideout. Okay. And then you can talk to Helena in town. I'm just gonna go warp back into town because I may already have this one, or there might be another monster. It doesn't matter. It's all you gotta do is you go in there and you killed it, and you can talk to Helena, and then you can go to select hideout, and then you can select whatever hideout that you want. I actually have a ton, so like it doesn't really matter. But as long as you go to her, you select your hideout, you're good to go. You can talk to everyone if you want to, but I don't think that we have done anything yet to get a reward. So, oops, we can actually use the portal and actually go back to the waypoint, because we got the waypoint for the northern forest, and just keep on going up to the top left. But yeah, that's if you don't have a hideout. If maybe you play last league and you already have a hideout, then you can skip out on that part. Unnecessary. Oh, it's actually way over here. Putting Shadow of the Ball. There's another shrine over here. So I'm wondering if maybe we do some like sort of like cast on Crypt build. That would be kind of cool. But then we're like losing out on a link, but that would allow us to basically have both for free. To get this extra little lightning field. I love it though. It's cool. So I could definitely see myself playing with. Okay, so we don't want to level up Clarity. So what we're gonna do is we're going to right click on it so it does not level it up. Now if I change my mind, I want to level it up, I can hit I for inventory and I can put it in. I probably should have mentioned like what inventory hotkey was, but I remember like saying like if you want to change your hotkeys in the very beginning, feel free to do that. Opening up your inventory is kind of important, but yeah. Okay, so now we have another skill point. We're almost right here. I'm hoping that we get one more level, so we can have that for the boss. A grand life flask. This one will be 640 life. Good stuff, good stuff. Ooh, I'm definitely taking those wisdoms. Always click on the chest, especially earlier on. Oh, 22%, I'll take it. And then hopefully next act we'll get a 4 socketed 4 linked item. And I'll also briefly maybe be able to talk about trading, if not in this part, the next part for sure, because I'll probably use that 1 chaos orb and get like a 1,000 ribbons, which is like a chest piece. I'll show off some of the items that we're kind of looking to get. We can get extra cast speed, that could be great as well. Nocturnal Caress can do that. Do I have an AUG? Oh, I do. Okay. So, blue items can have a certain amount of like modifiers on them, and yellow items have a certain amount of prefixes and suffixes. So what this item does is it augments a magic item with a new random modifier. So what I can do is add like more stuff. So it'll keep the cast speed. Remember how this one completely rerolled the Orb of Alteration? This one gives me another like stat. So increased spell damage. Hey, it was a good stat. So, oh wait, can we? Okay, we gotta add sea witches. Is like no. You guys already know I'm all about those skeletons. So does it have to reach the other side of the water? Is that kind of how it works? I'll try it. This next one. So I want to try to keep these at about an hour a piece. Well, most of them are going to be under. It's just that like the first 2 acts definitely a lot longer because there's just so much to explain.
I need more mana.
I mean, honestly, right now, as far as Galvanic Field goes, I feel like I might not even need it, and the reason why is because unless it's a boss, I'm going to pretty much one-shot it. Because Galvanic Field, I have to cast that itself. And if I just arc twice, it kills everything anyways, right? So overscouring. That will make a item of whatever rarity for the most part, except for like uniques, I believe. It'll turn that into a white item. So you can basically kind of reset the item if you want to. And if you see any of these crafting recipes, it looks like a hammer and a piece of paper. Click on it. It's going to give you the ability to craft. Man, it casts so fast, though. I don't actually mind just doing it. They actually had it have a super fast cast time. I like it. But yeah, if you don't want to use Galvanic Field, hey, feel free not to use it. But I think it's a fantastic skill. It's one of the brand new skills that came out. The other one for shock effectiveness, I'm not even going to bother running it right now. The reason why is I'd like to have, because it makes the thing do significant less damage, which is kind of counterproductive. But it's because you're supposed to have one thing do little damage, and the other thing does really big damage. But I'd rather just run Lightning Conduit at that point, which we can't run until next act. The whole point of me playing this league is to try out all the new stuff, and so this is one of the new skills. And I'll show off Absolution at some point. Hopefully next act we'll get a 4-link. There's 2 reds. So we're kind of just following up the stairs. Just keep on going. You'll see some stairs, you click on them in the ancient pyramid, and eventually you'll get to the top.
And not before.
Seriously, oh, now we're at the pyramid apex, cool. If you want to throw a portal, I don't think it matters now, because I think they give you a free, like, respawn. It used to be a lot more punishing if you died. Now we're going to kill the Oversoul. So this guy has a giant laser beam. He has, like, a bunch of tentacles. When he, like, picks him up and he's going to do this slam attack, you want to be far away. But we're not playing melee, so we'll basically be far away all the time. We'll start off the thing with Galvanic Field. So just make sure this buff is up. He already went away. We're doing so much damage. Ideally, we'd be 1 level higher because we do so much more damage. He has some laser beams. He's not too bad though. Hopefully he'll do his ability at least once so I can show you. He'll have rocks come falling from the sky. Don't stand under them. This should be kind of self-explanatory. He goes away. I'll fight him one more time. That's the slam attack. You can kind of hear it, like it almost sounds like gears going backwards. All right, what did we get? Let's see if we get anything good.
A pity.
Some spell damage. Flood. I mean, this one's kind of okay because it has the fire, and maybe we can like sell it. I'll show you guys kind of how to like buy and sell. Probably the next part, or I can mention some of it right now. I'll show you guys kind of how it works. Because buying and selling is a pretty important part of the game, for sure. Nice. We're basically 1 hour on the dot. So now we're in Act 3, but starting right off, we're going to have to get to the next town. And if you feel like you're taking too much damage, you can get life recoup, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. So kill everything and she'll say, thank you for saving me. Okay. So yeah, I'd say for Galvanic Field, ooh, we have that, maybe we can mess around with. Maybe throw an essence on that. Wish they gave us more essences to mess around with, but just keep on going up and to the left, you'll eventually find the Sarn encampment, and this is where
That would just make life complicated.
we will be entering Act 3. It's kind of a long stretch all the way around. We're level 26 already. So usually about level 90 is where like you're pretty much at the like super far end game. So we are doing pretty good. There's 10 acts though that you'll have to get to, and we'll talk to all the people in the town.
Do anything I want.
And we can talk to Gregor. If you want to, feel free to listen to what they have to say. You can check for any items. There's lots of, ooh, this is where we can get some extra minion damage. If I was playing the minions, hey, this is definitely kind of nice. I'm gonna actually pick this up. It was 2 transmutes. We can get that for maybe if I wanted to play Absolution. That could be an option. In fact, do I have a... Oh, this one already has the colors. I mean, this one's obviously going to be way better for it. Let's mess around with it, actually. I'll just get rid of that. So this one is actually kind of nice. And we can play with Absolution, because I kept on talking about that skill.
Goodbye.
So what we're going to do for this part, I'm going to go buy the skill. I'll show you guys kind of how it works. And you can play with this skill if you would like to. As long as I have, what is it, transmute? I think? Let's see.
What little help I can offer.
So she'll have Absolution, and as time goes on, more vendors will have different gems that you can purchase. So check them all out, but make sure if you want to do damage, you're probably going to need to do something with lightning. Oh, I needed a transmute for that. So if I need them, I can go to purchase items, and I might be able to get a transmute. It's going to cost me 7 portal scrolls, but I'm just going to do it. It's a fun skill too. Absolution is great. So what we can do is I can move all of these pieces in here. And I can throw this in here, and then now I move Ray Zombie off, and we can throw in this skill here. And what we want to do is put in Absolution,
What little help
and then we want we can get like minion damage. I want we can do added lightning damage actually. Where's we can have it on both. Added lightning damage. Oh, it's gonna cost me a transmute. That's fine. Sure, we can throw an arcane surge there. And I'm just showing you guys the skills because people like different, skills to play around with, right? We'll actually start briefly Act 3 here. The reason why is because like I'm already gonna be walking towards it. I want to show you guys Absolution, and yeah, that'll pretty much round it off for this part. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna exit this way over here. We're gonna be looking for an area called the Crematorium. So I just want to show you guys the skill real quick. So how this skill works is it's a minion skill. So I hit them and I kill them, and it's going to summon these guys that cast Force. Look, sometimes they take a second, but you can see we just chilling. They're doing all the work. You can play this build like this as well, because how this build works is we're doing damage and our minions are doing damage. So it's kind of like a hybrid. It's one of the coolest skills in the game. If you want to continue playing with Absolution, by all means do it. You can scale minion damage and also lightning damage, and it'll benefit off of it. However, one thing to mention, if you want to level with Absolution, I've leveled up with Absolution so many times, and also with Arc. I like both of the skills. I personally prefer Arc because it feels faster, but on bosses, Absolution, it shreds. When there's like a lot of enemies, Absolution's way better, but if there's just like five enemies, Arc just kind of cleans up things faster. I just personally like it. But make sure that you get Spiritual Aid if you want to do like kind of a hybrid build. When we get, I'll get into like more complex stuff later. But for now, feel free to get increased minion duration if you like the skill. Yeah, and you can also, we'll actually get Lightning Mastery next. We can get increased effective shock. We can get also the non-projectile chains an additional time. But if you're playing Absolution, don't get that because it won't help you out. If you're doing Arc, this is excellent because it makes it so Arc, how it works is kind of like a chain lightning. It chains an additional time, and for each time it chains, Arc does more damage. But yeah, this is Absolution. It's fantastic. All the minion increasing damage will also apply to you if you get this. We're going to be pathing out here anyway, so it's really not that far because like 99% of players, if they're playing in this side, if they're playing like Witch, you're going to have to get this. The Sovereignty is just required for like almost any build because it reduces the amount of mana that's reserved so we can play it with more Rs. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for Part 2, Act 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on it. And I don't know if you're new, well, if you're new here and somehow found Part 2, well, congratulations. Go watch Part 1 though, but subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in Part 3 very soon. Peace.